Alright, sorry gents, I think there may have been some hiccups in terms of audio, but if you can hear me now, then that's great. As we can see here, EJM call on his flying lap. As he sweeps his way through the Jeddah Corniche circuit with such effort and grace, you can't help but be mesmerised. Good to know that I can be heard here. This is my first time doing this, so it's a pleasure to be on board with Gavra Racing. As EJM comes round the final corner, down the pit straight he goes, flying across the line. What will the lap be? And oh, looks like I've been caught napping a bit there. But I think now this is his actual flying lap, I hope. As he flies through the tight and twisty sector 1, very easy to get it wrong through here, but he made it look absolutely effortless to get through as he wraps his way around down into the more twisty sections out on the track. As he now enters the DRS zone down the back straight, as he flies his way down towards the final corner of the lap, swings his way through, very much getting close to the wall. As he crosses the line, it's a 1:28.1 for EJM, but that still puts him a solid few tenths off pole. as Mitchell HD does go quicker by a few tenths, extending his gap. That is probably what he wants more than anything. I've got many people out here on their flying laps. Got the two Ferraris, both going on their laps as Lucas goes through after Kev lets him through. As Lucas enters the pit, I'm going to spectate his teammate tight through turn 1, the heaviest braking zone on the circuit, and down towards turn 3. Takes all the curb in the world, swiftly going through turns 4, 5, and 6, and then 7, then 8, and then 9 and 10. As he bolts his way down towards turn 11, sweeping through as he goes. Pushing to the outside, down through turn 12, sweeping it through the next string of corners. And Nico Zora has got a 5-place grid penalty. And that is not good for him. Not what he wants to be happening. But as we see Kev come swinging it through the lap. Going down the back straight now. Opening that DRS to give him that extra speed boost down towards the final corner. Hope for a clean race. I think we all want to. But we all have a bit of drama every now and again. So we want it to be clean but very enjoyable to watch. And Kev going again. Going to be carnage on lap 1. It probably will. Since this Jeddah Corniche circuit doesn't really promote much overtaking. EJM is leader of the championship. Thanks for that. So EJM, championship leader, still needs to find pace if he wants to put it on pole. Mitchell is looking very fast for his first race. 27.7. Very much proving to be dominant, as one of the McLarens has been disqualified. Been very much caught off guard by that, was not expecting it. As Kev flies his way round. If he wants to be anywhere close to his teammate, he has to get in that 28. He has to get in that low 28s. As he comes to the line, and it's a 1:28.7. So there's still time for Kev to gain. I see the Aston Martin of Liam, who was very much trailing behind Kev throughout most of that lap. As he now goes on his lap. And that is one of the McLarens parked on the left. Don't know what's happened there, but that doesn't seem to have affected Liam on his lap. Mitchell proving to have a strong knowledge of the Jeddah Corniche circuit, being the newest, being technically the most recent circuit added to F1 2021. It's clear to see that he has got a good understanding of the track, and that he is probably the one that we will probably be expecting to be on the podium throughout this time, throughout our time here at Jeddah. As Liam comes around the final corner now to bring an end to his lap, and it's only an improvement to 9th from 10th, I believe. So that's an improvement, but probably not where he wants to be. As we can see, the man everyone is looking out for, Mitchell HD Gamer, proving to be very quick around the Jeddah Corniche circuit today. Can't stop singing his praises. And as he comes around the final corner, goes close to that inside wall as he can, and he improves by 2 tenths. Proving to be dominant this weekend, as we only have a few minutes left remaining of this qualifying session, only just shy of 3 minutes. Mitchell seeming to be absolutely untouchable so far in the Mercedes, as we've got the Alpine of Pi going on his lap. And it appears that some people, and apparently Pi has been claiming to be quick around this track. Let's see if all that bravado lives up to the expectation of him. As Pi claiming to be quick around this track, where does he go? Only P4, and that is the best he can do. As now, I think Mitchell, the only man left out on track, and it's safe to say that he has secured himself pole for the upcoming race, as he comes around the final corner. And this is the end of this run in qualifying. Only a mere few tenths separate second and fifth. Honestly, it just shows you how close the competition is here at Gavra Racing. And as we can see here, Mitchell on pole by nearly six tenths, clear of Cass in the AlphaTauri, EJM P3, Pi in 4th, and Lucas in 5th. And that will be our top 5 for the race, as the short qualifying comes to a close. You see contrasts in the Mercedes in both of them. Mitchell on pole, and his teammate Robert down in dead last. Well, out of those who set a lap. Now, will this race prove to be sheer entertainment, or will it end up just being Mitchell running away with it, since he has seemed to done that? He seemed to be doing that this weekend here at, well, not really weekend, but on this Tuesday evening here in Jeddah, as we got 30 seconds to go. Yeah, the top 6 all seeming to be relatively close together in qualifying. Will that provide for some interesting racing? Maybe some side-by-side action for the twisty Sector 1. Who knows what can happen here at Jeddah. And the predicted pit stop strategy provided by AWS will be both 1 stops, pitting on from softs to medium or soft to hards. And as we go, as now we have the formation lap underway. Mitchell HD proving to be a dominant force this weekend. Seems untouchable here this evening. The only man able to get somewhat close to him was Cass and EJM, all within at least a few, actually quite about half a second off, but they were the closest out of everyone. Who do I think will win this race? Honestly, Mitchell's dominance seems completely untouchable so far. This might just be me going to safe bet, but I do think Mitchell can pull away here and secure a win. But who knows what can happen here at Jeddah. With its tight, twisty sections, anything can go wrong for anyone. As we stick on board with Mitchell, the pole sitter, as shown by his dominant display in qualifying. If you weren't here to see it, Mitchell slashed, absolutely demolished the whole field by at least 5/10. And as they all line up on the grid for this 25 lap race around Jeddah, as stated earlier, powered by AWS. We know that the core strategy for the weekend is the one stop onto either mediums or hards. But I don't think we're going to see many people going on the hards. I think the mediums will be the pit tyre of choice for the weekend. But as Nico Zora comes to complete the grid as the 16th and final driver to line up, as we sit patiently now, waiting for the lights to commence. And it's 5 red lights, and away we go here in Jeddah. It's a great start for Mitchell down into turn 1. He's proving to go off to a great start. Cash already on him. And loads of side-by-side action. GNR and Lucas side-by-side. We can see. I think might have been either the Aston Martin or one of the Mercedes in the background making a move. If you look back, GNR up in P4 right now. Both AlphaTauris flying high. While GNR has to do the job of holding off both Ferraris. As Pi and Kev go right at it, but Pi fails to get the move going. As we see Peter and Liam. Oh, they were going side by side down into that. And it didn't. And it appears that nothing has come of it for Liam. As we look back, Royal and Adidas going at it. As we now all pirouette down the back straight, down towards the final corner now. And it appears that Lucas and GNR are in an intense battle as we speak. It's surprisingly clean start. Mitchell 4/10 clear as Lucas pulls out for the move on GNR. Can he get it done down into turn 1? As you see Kev defending from Pi, and then Lucas goes sailing round the outside. I think there may have been a bit of contact on the rear, but as we look back to the fellow Ferrari of Kev versus Pi down into turn 3, Kev holds on to that P6. As we look further back, it's a big train. Oh, And GNR has got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. That is not what he wants. As he got very close to the wall there. May have been a bit of contact even. But as we look further up, Mitchell proving to be a force of nature, but Cass sticking with him. Oh, and something's happened down in sector 2. Oh, and that is Adidas. Oh, not good for the Haas driver. As he seems to have spun it. And the pit stop strategy showing there, pitting anywhere between lap 10 and 13 for either the hard or the medium compound tyre. But Cass sets the fastest lap of the race. As they go down into turn 1, closer than ever, Cass is to Mitchell. May this weekend prove to be undone for Mitchell, as he was so quick in qualifying, but it just shows how strong the tow can be, and DRS has been enabled this lap as we are on lap 3. So we will get hopefully the rest of the race with DRS if no safety cars are to come out. And Pi has also got a 3-second penalty for too many warnings. Not good for him at all. As we can see, some gaps starting to form as we can see the top 3 really separated by not much. What? Oh, thanks for the information. Pierre is a thanks for the information, Pierre. But Cass is a 2-time champion, very much an experienced driver in this league. But can he go for it? He's on the outside. He's gonna go sailing around the outside with DRS. He hasn't got it, but he hopefully will get that second bite of the cherry down the main straight. But now they're both closer than ever. Cass goes for it on Mitchell. He's got the move done down before turn 1. Oh, and GNR has come in early to serve his penalty. Is he making a stop? He's going on to the hards on lap 4. It is the potentiality of a 2-stop for GNR out the window. As there is the Haas of Adidas coming past GNR. But GNR still has his penalty. I'm assuming he thought he could potentially go 07 in the pit lane, or whether he was just purely changing that front wing. But is the 1-stop out of the window? If you ask me, I personally believe so. He's got to run those mediums till the end of the race. That's not really all what you want. But very close racing as we go from the back of the field to the front of the field. So people are so part of the reason why people are considering going different strategies, as the top 3 are scrapping it away. But they are timing their scraps very well, so they only really come into effect their scraps only really start in the DRS zones. You can see in fact of how close each of them are. Who knows what can happen? Anything can happen here. And Kiwi's caught himself with another penalty as he comes into the pit lane once more. What is happening with GNR Kiwi? And Janzu also now having a 3-second penalty to his name. As we can see here with their tyres now as we speak. You see all the tyres that they are currently on. GNR going on the mediums. I'm going to assume he didn't like those hard compound tyres, since the Jeddah Corniche circuit does really need a lot of grip to really pull yourself through those tight corners. But as we can see, both Aston Martins going in both currently in an intense battle. But but Janzu boxing now. Are his soft tyres going off? He's only done 5 laps on him. I think he's coming in for medium compound tyres, and he is getting a front wing change as he comes out of the pit stop, changing his front wing and going onto that medium compound tyre. But as we look to probably the closest gap is probably between the two Aston Martins and Cannon in the Williams. From what I heard, he was if my sources prove to be correct, I think he was disqualified from qualifying, or I think he was banned, something along those lines. But since this is my first day on the job, I do not really know the in-depths of that situation. See some. So this is for so this battle at the moment that we are witnessing is for P8 in the running. GNR Kiwi's weekend is unfolding, and GNR Kiwi is out of the race. And what has happened? The GNR Kiwi, something's happened to him. I don't know what has happened, because we were so closely watching the scrap for P8. I don't know if he crashed or something, but something has happened, and many people are coming into the pits now. The highest up of them being Kev, who's made his stop onto the medium compound tyres as the safety car is out. And the safety car is out. I think that may be over the GNR Kiwi situation, where he is DNF from the race. I'm not too sure what happened, but I'm going to assume it is over what happened with GNR Kiwi, because he DNF, safety car came out. I don't know what was happening to him, as we were spectating the battle between the Williams. No, not the Williams, the Aston Martins, I mean. So we don't know what has happened to GNR Kiwi. But whatever has happened has brought out the safety car, and the 3 leaders have yet to pit. Mitchell leads from Cass from EJM, but will they box this lap? And it appears that Mitchell and Cass are both coming in this lap, and so is EJM as well, as they all come in for their stops. And has Cass come out in front? No, he hasn't. Cass has not come out in front. But the top 4 realistically remains unchanged. Yeah, we do hope that this will be the only safety car of the night, as we really want to see the action and the tussle between the top 3. Well, those being Mitchell, Cass and EJM, as somehow Tutti has managed to find himself in the podium places, but how long will that last? As we have the Aston Martin Vantage safety car, leading us around the Jeddah Corniche circuit for what will which will probably be around 2 laps, maybe 1 or 2 laps. So that will take us to lap 10, which was the predicted strategy provided by AWS. So this race on our hands has really just become the rookie versus the veteran, Mitchell versus Cass, Mercedes versus AlphaTauri. But will this work for either of them? Who will get the best out of the safety car restart? And we can see here only 2 people haven't stopped. Those being Robert Codfather and Tutti himself. They both have yet to box, and it's not looking good for them, considering the fact that they haven't boxed, and we're during a safety car period. So that means they're going to have to box after the safety car period, and they're going to be dead last as the pit window opens for the one-stop strategy onto the medium compound tyres. And as we see Cannon come in, Cannon making a stop. Now the question is, what tyre will they be going on to? It appears it has killed Jutsi Kev's strategy this race. And it appears that Cannon has gone onto another set of the soft compound tyres. Bit of testing here. I'm going to hide the UI so we don't have any of that kerfuffle down in the bottom right. It's pure racing action. Some people yet to make a stop. Will this be worth it? If you're asking me, I don't think so. I've played enough of this game, and I do mainly do career mode. But if you haven't boxed, like if the safety car comes out during one of these periods. Apparently, Cannon is going to try and run the entire race on the soft compound tyre. That could end up either working miracles, or he could end up getting a puncture, because we still got loads of time left. And as the safety car comes in this lap, hopefully that'll be the last we'll see of the Aston Martin Vantage safety car here at Jeddah for the weekend. Well, for the evening, I mean. Yeah, in this lap. Safety car is in this lap. And now, as we go racing once more here at Jeddah, the safety car restart. Has it benefited Cass? Cass, looking at it, doesn't see it to be worth it. And Junzu gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Penalties being handed out left, right and centre here at Jeddah Corniche. Not really looking all too much of cleanest in terms of track limits, but the racing so far has been relatively clean, bar the safety car. But as we see behind, EJM goes down the inside of Tutti, who's on those 9-lap-old tyres, and then Kev jumps at the opportunity, catches him napping on the exit, moves up into P4. Tutti, in the span of 1 lap, has dropped down a multitude of positions. This is what we were saying about not boxing under the safety car. It's going to do you over. Ow! Oh no! And it appears that the Mercedes of... Oh! And that is the Mercedes of Robert Codfather. The exact same thing as what happened to Adidas only at the start of the race. has happened here to Robert Codfather. Not good for him. You see really polarizing performance between both Mercedes here at Jeddah. As we cast our minds back to the front now. Kev goes the fastest with a 1:31.3. Has anyone been able to go quicker as Cannon uses those fresh mediums going to about with Liam, but Liam cuts the corner. Will that be a penalty or a warning? We are not too sure. But we don't know how that will all go down. As we go back to Cannon. Oh! Cannon tries to squeeze his way on the inside. It doesn't work. He really had no room there. He wants to clear Liam as fast as he can. Because at the moment, this is the theoretical scrap for P10 if you take into consideration some people haven't boxed, and Tutti has now come in, made his stop, I believe, or unless he was just getting overtaken, then I was just seeing things. He was getting overtaken. He has been overtaken by Lucas, but will he come fighting back down into turn one? Not turn one, the final corner, I mean. Getting my top corners all mixed up. As Kev says the fastest lap once more. Tutti really pushing those softs to the limit here. DRS now re-enabled. Cannon being second in the championship. Apparently, he needs to score points this weekend. He needs to clear as many cars as he can if he wants to keep himself in this championship fight. And at the moment, he's in the points. He's got a 3-second gap to Junzu, and Lucas has gotten a penalty for multiple warnings. As Pi goes down the inside of Tutti, they're scrapping all the way through, and I think Tutti may have hit the wall there. He's on 11 lap old medium compound tyres. How long is he really willing to push it? But as we go further up the field, and Cass has gone he's battling alongside Mitchell for the lead of the race, and they're 3 wide as we speak. And whoa, some nice racing. As now Kev's on the inside. We're loving this battle. We didn't think Kev would be in the fight, but he's come out of nowhere and he's taken everyone by storm. Oh, and Pi has received a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. And if we go back to Cannon, P2 in the championship, he's gaining ever so quickly on the McLarens out in front. There's a whole line going from 6th down to 9th. And Kev's got a penalty. That is not what the leader wants at all. Jeddah giving us some brilliant racing here. As now Cannon proving his pace by already having caught up to the back of this absolute train. But considering the fact that these are the 2021 cars, their ability to follow in dirty air isn't as good as they are in the real life 2022 season. So how long can Cannon like be willing to sit in the dirty air in front of him. And I think we've got a bit of a visual glitch going on for Cannon. I've just realised this, but his avatar's got no helmet. He's got no helmet on. Wow. Cannon is racing with no helmet on. Would you believe it? Oh. And it appears that R. Peter has retired from the session. It's another safety car. What has happened? Who needs a helmet anyway? Who needs a helmet? Oh, and R. Peter has left the session. As we mark only a mere couple, we're about 2/5 of the way through this race, and of course it has to be marked with a safety car. Things we love to see. Now, this is Tutti's biggest opportunity to box, and apparently R. Peter crashed. Catastrophic error there led to a crash, and many people boxing the top 5 have come into the pits, and Tutti comes into the pits now. The safety car is rumoured to be on reduced, but we're not seeing much of that reduction. Oh, and Tutti very slow on the exit. What was that? He was awfully slow on the exit, loses 3 positions, but one man who that is benefiting is Cannon. As he sits here now in P8. No helmet Cannon in P8. Nothing ever makes sense in the F1 Cody's games, but we're all holding the new game to high hopes, considering the fact of how much improvement everyone wants to see, and considering the fact of the new cars. Jeddah is going to be quite a fun one on the next game, and it is sad that we have to see more safety cars, as we're actually having a very good race here at Jeddah. We've seen it's a titanic scrap. And as we can see, people taking advantage of the safety car. And here, why are Cass and Mitchell trading positions? For some reason, Cass and Mitchell were trading positions. I don't know whether that was just a mistake on Cass's behalf, but all is in order now. As we go back to the front, Pi leads the way on 7-lap old mediums. Can he hold back the absolute Lords of the Wolves that he is holding behind him? Because he's got Kev, Mitchell, Cass and EJM all on fresh soft compound tyres, which presumably they will take to the end of the race. That is my assumption, that they will take the soft compound tyres to the end of the race. Now, I'm going to be assuming that the safety car will be in this lap, as it normally stays out for about 2 laps. And Royal entered the pit, I'm assuming to make a stop. But, as we can see, Kev and Pi both have penalties. But Mitchell, Cass and EJM, and heck, if you want, and heck, Nico could still be in a fight for a good place this weekend, but then again, he is on 8 lap old hards. Both Alpines running big risks here, both on 8 lap old tyres. Now, I think the reason why they're doing this is because I think the reason why they haven't boxed is because they want to get the most life they can out of these tyres before they need to, so they give themselves enough of a cushion so that they don't drop back like right to the back, like right off the back. And well, I think that's their strategy. They're trying and limit the damage. Yeah, the soft tyre here at Jeddah is too powerful. Honestly, it's a very strong tyre. The grip, the speed, it just suits this track to a T. And now, as we say goodbye to the Aston Martin safety car for, I beg, the last time, because we've got a banging race on our hands and we don't want to have it ruined anymore by the safety car. And as they get underway, Pye trying to back up the field to the best of his ability. And as we go green for for the second time here in Jeddah, Cass and Mitchell going out down through turn 2. Oh, and there was an incident. Oh, someone's had us. Oh, and it's Cannon. It's Cannon. He was oh so quick this weekend. Oh, and that's Robert Godfather facing the wrong way. Oh, this has been a chaotic start to the safety car restart. But Pye already dropping back as EJM goes down the inside. Lucas jumping at the opportunity as well. We're getting deja vu here from earlier on. Oh, and that is... Oh, and that is... And that might be a corner car against Pye. But if we go over to Cannon, he is keeping them all for company. As Liam compromised by his teammate up in front. Cannon pounces at the opportunity, the points, he can smell them. He needs these points if he wants to stay within the fight. He's running second in the championship. And we were talking about none of the Alpines having pit. And as we see Pye weave into the pit, Nico doesn't follow suit. Probably because he doesn't want to get ruined by that double stack. As we see Cannon go swooping. Oh, and there's contact. Oh, and there was contact between Cannon and Nico, but Cannon getting the job done. As Nico's struggling on those 10-lap old hard tyres, as we see Royal get a penalty, multiple warnings. Cannon back in the points. He wasn't out of the points for long. Only a few laps he's gotten back into the points. But with the sheer amount of penalties, if he can get himself in a good position, he could end up getting at least 5th. I can see it. Cannon needs to get his head down as Liam gets another penalty. Show the battle for P1. Oh mate, I thought you'd never ask. Too busy trying to watch Cannon make the recovery driver dreams. But it appears that Kevin Mitchell have managed to clear themselves of EJM and the Cass. As Mitchell sets a fastest lap of a 1:29.9. Monstrous lap there from the Ukrainian. Oh, and Liam has retired. Right. Oh my God. Ah ha ha. This race weekend. More safety cars. Oh, and Lucas has got a drive-through penalty, speeding under safety car. Oh, and Lucas has left the session. Now the question is, will we see anyone pitting? Nico yet to pit. This will probably be his best opportunity. He can definitely. He's got no penalties to his name, and you lose less time under safety car than you do in normal racing conditions. So this is his best opportunity to pit. As we cut to the Alpine, who has yet to make his stop. Still 11 lap old hard compound tyres. The pace is not there for him. He needs to box this lap if he wants to limit the damage of staying on. So Nico needs to come in this lap. He has to come in this lap, and he's not. He has to be going to the end. And Liam has also left this session. And as Lucas serves his drive-through penalty on Robert Godfather, has got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. As he comes in for his stop on the medium compound tyres. I don't see why he's pitting. I'm confused on why he's pitting onto the mediums. He's better off just going onto the softs and running it till the end. But each their own. But as we cut back to the front of the field, Kev leads the way from Mitchell, then EJM, then Cass. But we cannot ignore Cass has got a penalty. So I think his hopes of winning this race are out of the window. Safety, yeah, the safety car. We can't get enough of him this evening. And hopefully this should be the final lap under safety car, so we get hopefully we get 5 clean laps of racing. But I've probably jinxed us all. So yeah, if that all goes to pot, then aim your pitchforks at me. If I jinx it, I jinx it. Oh well. 6 safety cars at one point in the freshman league. At least we're hoping this is the last safety car, as it appears to be staying out. As hopefully this should be the final lap of the safety car. We're on lap 21 of 25. So the racing will commence starting lap 22. This means only 1 lap of DRS. We have lap 25 of 25 with DRS, and that is it. But Kev, realistically, he's out of the opportunity for a win. So realistically, it's really P2. This is really like the battle for P2, who gets the win. So we can really push for the inclusion of Mitchell, EGM and Cash, since neither of them have penalties, along with Cannon and Nico, who intend on going to the end of the race on 13 lap old hards. My guy be stretching those hards, and to be honest, I think we can all be impressed by the fact of he's got the willpower to go on this long, as he's obviously been dropping back. His pace is nowhere But I think he's really just relying on all the penalties that are in front of him to re-elevate him into the points. But we are hoping that Cannon can come away this weekend with some good points, as the safety car is in with this lap. Like I said, lap 22 will be the hopefully our final lap, our first lap of racing after the safety car. As third time we see the Aston Martin safety car come round, and as it's Kev's duty to keep the pack, to bunch up the pack so he can optimise his own restart as we go racing for the third and hopefully final time here at Jeddah. And now this will mean everything. The battle for P2 is really the battle to be looking out for, but the battle for P1 is still on, because I don't think any of the top three behind, any of the three behind Kev really want to win this race due to a penalty. They want to fight for it, and hopefully they can. But Kev needs to try and clear himself away from Mitchell and Kaz and EJM. He wants to get himself in that podium position. Although he wants to realistically limit the damage, there's no hope for a podium. Look, Kev has built quite the gap. Mitchell will need to look for somewhere to make the gains necessary if he wants any realistic hope of truly winning this race without needing to rely on Kev's penalty. And as we see scrap between Tutti, Adidas and Royal going on in the background down at the final corner. And it appears Cannon and Pi going at it as we speak. They were going at it earlier. As we cut back to the man P2 in the championship. There's a heap load of penalties, and Tutti just getting another penalty. 3 seconds for multiple warnings. DRS would be for the last 2 laps. Oh yes. Yes, my bad. I did say lap 25, but I didn't mean to say lap. Yeah, lap 24. Lap 24. I mean, I do apologise for any confusion. Wait. Oh, Janzu running it wide. Oh, Cannon trying to find a way by in any way he physically can. But considering the fact of everyone up to 9th to 5th have all got penalties, and DRS, yes, it has been re-enabled. Now this is where it's going to get real spicy at the front, as just over a second separates the top flight. This is a 5-second gap between EJM and Royal in 5th. But this DRS, will it be Mitchell's saving grace to truly get the win? And Janzu gets another penalty as we go on board with Mitchell as he tries oh so hard to catch up to Kev. Oh, and someone has had a mare in sector 2, and it's Tutti. Tutti has had an absolute mare in the final sector, but it's not enough to warrant a safety car, as now Nico gets in front of him, along with Robert Codfather. And as we cut back to the ones leading this race, and Nico gets a 3-second penalty. And now going down towards let's go down the main straight now. DRS wide open for Mitchell. There's Casper. Can he defend himself? Mitchell goes flying on through. Pi is retired from the session. Something has happened to Pi. Oh, and it's a crash. He's gone into the wall. Will that warrant a safety car? And now we're on the last lap now. Mitchell leads from Kev. Cass now with a penalty. And as EJM close behind. Can Mitchell hold on for the remainder of this lap to claim an outstanding victory here at Jeddah? And Cass has got a penalty. The two-time world champion with a penalty, not what he wants. He's got. But I think Cass can solely hold on to I think fourth is really out of the picture. Or not, I think third is really out of the picture for Cass. And as we go down and as Cass, has he retaken the lead? Yes, he has. Will it be enough? And as they go down towards the final, for the final time, and it's Mitchell who wins in Saudi Arabia here in Jeddah. Kev holds on to the podium, and Cass, oh Cass, it's all failed for him. Cannon, a recovery of dreams for the Williams driver. Cannon comes home for P5. Spin. And it's probably the best debut race for Mitchell. He took pole, he took the win, and he's promoting the game. It was great racing here at Jeddah, but penalties galore ruined it for many. Cass, Kev, and many others fell victim to the penalties. I thank you all for joining us here for this lovely race here in Saudi Arabia. And I will be back tomorrow commentating over the next race. Now with that, I think it's time for me to say goodbye and good night.